minutes past the hour. There's a new Senate report out about the barbaric consequences, their phrase, of Republican abortion bans. Elizabeth Warren and several other members of the United States Senate or other Democratic lawmakers released this report today, I believe, and perhaps yesterday afternoon. They conducted interviews with representatives from the American Medical Association, Physicians for Reproductive Health, the National Nurses United Union, the American Pharmacists Association, and the American Hospital Association over the last 2 months, basically saying what has been the impact in your experience of these abortion bans that are happening all over the country. And Tammy Duckworth, Tammy Duckworth, the Democratic Senator from Illinois, Tina Smith, the Democratic Senator from Minnesota, and Mazie Hirono, the Democratic Senator from Hawaii, along with Senator Warren, just released this report. And it is mind-boggling. For example, in New Mexico, the abortion clinics are so full that they're having to periodically stop taking new appointments. They're being overwhelmed with people coming from Texas. One of the PRH, which is the Physicians for Reproductive Health, they said that this has led to a 24% increase in maternal mortality overall, women dying in childbirth or pregnancy, in a country that already has the highest maternal mortality rate among all wealthy nations. You look at all 34 OECD countries, we have the highest rate of maternal deaths, of mothers dying during pregnancy in the developed world. And this is increasing it by 24%. The APHA noted that methotrexate, this drug that my brother Stan used to take he had terrible arthritis. My brother who passed away last year, he used to take methotrexate, and it's also used to induce abortions. It's kind of a chemotherapy drug. It's used for chemotherapy, but it's mostly used for rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Crohn's disease, and conditions like that. This is from the American Pharmacists Association, APHA. This is a quote. In many states such as Alabama, Arkansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Montana, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia, methotrexate is specifically mentioned in state laws and regulations related to abortion. And due to the lack of guidance in interpreting laws in these states, they say pharmacists are unsure of their liability that they might face in dispensing methotrexate, despite it being used for rheumatoid arthritis. So in other words, patients are not getting the quality of life or even life-saving pharmaceuticals that they need, because those pharmaceuticals, in this case methotrexate, can also be used as an abortifacient, which is nuts. They note at least 2 patients with cancer in Ohio were prevented from getting their chemotherapy because they were pregnant and it might cause an abortion. They had cancer. They were required to terminate their pregnancies before they could get treatment, but it was illegal in Ohio to terminate a pregnancy. So what do? Continue having cancer and let it get worse and worse while you're going through your pregnancy and then die? I mean, this is apparently the plan of the, Mike DeWine and the J.D. Vance and the Republicans in Ohio. The AMA said, and I quote, this is the American Medical Association, access to legal reproductive care will be limited to those who have sufficient resources, circumstances, and financial means, thereby exacerbating health inequalities by placing the heaviest burdens on patients from Black, Hispanic, Indigenous, low-income, rural, and other historically disadvantaged communities that already face numerous structural and systemic barriers to accessing health care. This is a flaming disaster. I mean, this is a crisis brought to our country by the Republican Party and Sam Alito and his 5 right-wing buddies on the U.S. Supreme Court, imposing their religious ideology on the rest of the nation. And that's exactly what it is. It's nothing more or less than that. This is fundamentalist Christianity and Catholicism. I was going to say maybe arguably also there are other, I believe that there are sects in Islam that proscribe abortion. But frankly, they don't have any power in our Congress right now. And so this is really all about this fundamentalist form of Christianity that believes that life starts at the moment of conception, of the fertilization of an egg. And that's a religious doctrine. It's not a medical or health doctrine.